Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. I am Sean Zimi with SideGigSean.com, and I welcome you to this live. This is an interesting live because normally, obviously, I don't do these kinds of lives, but you're gonna like this live because it might happen once a year. I think I've done this live one other time, but yeah, it's time for me to review. Anyway, PK, what is going on? Hello, hi, PK. So, let me give you a little bit of a background about this Persian tradition that I'm going to share with you. This thing goes back about 2,000 years. And it's a Persian tradition that I would say 99.99999% of the Persian population willfully participates, right? This is a pretty big deal. And it happens once a year. And what it is, it's called Chahar Shambe Suri. And what that means is Chahar Shambe means Wednesday. Suri means actually fire, right? So this happens once a year on the eve of the last Wednesday of the year. This happens on the eve of the last Wednesday of the year. Well, you may say, well, it's like March. We're not even close to the end of the year. Yeah, that is true. But Persian New Year is right around the corner. In fact, it's 7 days away. It's next week. Jenny, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. So Persian New Year is next week. And in case you're wondering when Persian New Year is, it's the beginning of spring. When we go from winter to spring, boom, that is what we celebrate as Persian New Year. So Çarşamba Suri, which is tonight, is celebrated. It's really the last Tuesday night or the last Wednesday eve of the new year, right? Oh yeah, your new year is September. That is cool. I got to learn about that. So this is the last, the Wednesday eve of the new year. So, and the tradition is that Çarşamba Suri is a big deal. It's actually raining right now like crazy. I did this background so you guys you can't really see outside. It's still kind of bright, but it's pouring rain. I mean, pouring. Rosh Hashanah, yes, of course. I should have known that. I'm not as sharp as I like to be sometimes. But yeah, so it's pouring rain, and usually there's a huge celebration. There's a couple, now there are organizations that they throw these huge parties right by the beach, and it's like, basically you're on the sand, you're partying it up, and it's a blast. It is a blast. So what this tradition is all about is that, check this out. So this eve of Wednesday, this Tuesday night, if you would, what they do, they set fire. And now, before I go into this, people, I am not telling you to go do this. Okay, please understand that you got to listen to me until the very end. Do not go and do crazy stuff. I would never, ever promote that. Okay, so please use some common sense, people. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna do live on that too, Jenny, actually, the different things that we said on the table. I'll do a live on that. But yeah, so do not be going out and doing stuff like what I'm sharing with you, okay? This is supervised, this is professional, this is not something you do just because, right? So the tradition is that you set fire, small, like a fire pit, right? Like a little tiny pit, and it could be even a candle, right? And the whole idea is that you jump over the fire, and there's a statement that you say while you're jumping over the fire. Now that statement is a big deal, okay? And that statement is Zardie man az to, سرخی تو از من, which means the yellowness from me, the redness from you. What that means is this. So back in the day, like I said, this goes back about 2,000 years. Back in the day, fire was a really big deal to pretty much everybody, but Persians in general, right? It's a huge deal. They believed that it was a thing of purity and cleanliness. Now, if you think about it, what do you do when you want to kill bacteria? You give it heat, right? What do you do when you want to eat your meal and basically make sure it's not got stuff in it, salmonella or anything else? What do? You cook it. You give it heat, right? So it's the symbol of purity and cleanliness and health, right? Thank you, Jenny, for the stars. Appreciate it. Thank you. So here's what happens. Back in the day, what they felt like that fire is a sense of purity and cleanliness and health and wealth, right? So when you're jumping over that fire, that yellowness comes from when you're sick, like your skin gets pale, like yellow, like kind of pale. That yellow means that paleness. So what it means is that when I'm jumping over the fire, I'm giving you all my paleness. I'm giving you all the yellow. I'm giving you all the unhealthy stuff. I'm giving you all the crappy stuff that's happened to me. I'm giving you all that, and I receive the redness from you. Now, redness, what that means, this is a really interesting story. Redness back in the old days in Persia, girls from really like small little towns where like you have like 500 people, like 100 people, like farmers' towns, right? Very small towns. These women, in order for them to get attractive and attract men to them, what they would do, they would put red on their cheek, so it would show a sign of healthiness. So it would show that they're healthy, they're not pale. So they would put the red on their cheeks. So when you're jumping this fire, I think it's just so amazing, this whole analogy, how they put it together. So when you're jumping over the fire, you're saying the yellowness is from me. So I'm giving you all the yellow, all the yuckiness, right? I'm giving you all the unhealthy stuff. I'm giving you all this stuff, but I'm taking all the red from you. I'm taking all the red. I'm taking all the health. I'm taking all the happiness. I'm taking all the wealth. I'm taking all that. I'm taking the heat. I'm taking the cleanliness from you. Right? So, Zardi man az to, surkhie to az man means I'm giving you all the paleness, all the unhealthy stuff to you, and I want to receive all the health and all the wealth and the happiness from you. Now, I looked it up. There are many stories. Yeah, that's funny. Is that what they pinch your cheeks? I used to have cheeks, don't have them anymore. But but there are many stories as to the origin of how this whole jumping over the fire came from. But so what I was able to find, I was excited to actually share this. What I was able to find is that we have we call it Shahnameh, which means it's like a storybook. It's a book of stories, right? It's just like stories after. It's really actually neat. It's really cool. It's don't quote me on this. I think there's close to, it's like a. It's 1001 nights of stories. I think it is. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's 1001 nights. And believe it or not, I am so proud to say I've actually read the whole thing, which is kind of insane. I audio listened to the whole thing. Um, and I just love the stories. So I think that's what it is. But in the Shahnameh, in the storybook, there's a story about Siavash, which was a king back in the day, right? So this what they wanted to prove his innocence, right? Yeah, you did. That was funny. They wanted to prove his yes, it's in Farsi. They wanted to prove his innocence, right? So they put up this whole fire, and they say, I tell you what, you jump through this fire and you make it through, then we know you are innocent. So this whole jumping through fire was like a purity, right? You just go through this and you become pure. So that's kind of where the origin of jumping over the fire came from. That's probably the best one you can kind of refer back to. So yeah, so now I'm going to participate in this, obviously, and truth be told, it's probably some of you Persians are going to jump on my throat on this one. But I know the celebration that I'm talking about, it's literally like 15 minutes away from me by the beach. It's crazy. It's crazy awesome, right? But I mean, it's raining. It's pouring rain. So I doubt very much that they're doing anything by the beach, but they may be doing it somewhere else. The last time I actually participated in an outside world, like going to that beach and participating, I think was, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm saying this publicly. It was like 20 years ago. So I really haven't gone out to that whole crowd. So what I've done tonight is I'm going to show you. I have a set of 3 candle holders. I have a lot of candles in my home. Like when I turn my candles on in one evening, I have 51 candles in one room, and I have to turn all of them on. I know that's a whole other life, but yeah, when they go on, it's just like it's amazing. But I'm grateful, so blessed, and so I have this set of 3 candle holders that I really like. I got them from Walmart, right? I got them from Walmart. So I lit one up, right? It's like a little thing, but I'm gonna turn it around. Don't worry. Look how cool these are. It says grateful on it. What? Right? It's like a little candle holder. It says grateful. I got one that says blessed, and I got one that says thankful. Right? How cool are these? I got them from Walmart. So I'm gonna set this on the ground, and I'm gonna jump over it. You see how safe this is, people? You see how safe this is? Okay. Do not be jumping over and tipping over the. Okay. Yes. So be safe. But so that is how I am going to participate in my thing. I'm going to jump over that, and then I'm going to bless it, and I'm going to, all that good stuff. So that was a tradition that happens once a year on this night, and I think it's pretty cool. So I thought I share that with you. Hopefully you guys get some love, some inspiration, some value from this. Now tomorrow, if you run into a Persian or something, you can ask him, hey, how was your Charshambe Suri? Charshambe Suri. And they would know exactly what you're talking about. Hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this live. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, mazel tov, your comments below. Let this feed grow. Hey, if you've done this before with, like, if you have a Persian friend and they made you jump over the fire or something, and you're like, what are you doing? And they made you do that, and hey, maybe you can drop that in the comments and share your thoughts. That would be cool. If you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Spread the love and tag a couple people or share it on your wall. I appreciate you, Jenny, for the stars. And I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.